personal thing or personal journey that defines how you're going to find mechanisms which will link you closer to spending a few minutes during the morning to connect, to be at peace internally. So for me, my practice, and also linking it into Buddhism, it's about finding those moments where I can meditate and also appreciate life for what it is. That there will be moments, especially nowadays, we've got so much resource. We've got the internet, and we've got our upbringing as well. And we've got certain things that are happening in the world, which are like very fast paced, and information can sometimes feel like it's on overload, it's an overdrive. But we can't control what happens in the environment. We can't control the pain that's been inflicted on us. But one of the things that can help us find a center is the internal peace. So one of the things that I learned from the Buddha, like over this weekend, is that I asked him about death. So just in terms of death, what would his advice be? And would just by practicing daily rituals help us to be able to manage the experience of loss or the experience of trauma? And his answer was plain and simple. It was yes. With daily rituals and daily practices, especially those that are connected to finding inner peace, you definitely can find a way to balance so that when an impact happens, you are centered. It's not to say that we're all human beings, but it's to say that your makeup becomes much stronger. You become to accept life for what it is, that there are events that will happen. Okay, so the events will be that we're going through change in our lives. We're going to experience relationship breakups, for instance, or we're going to experience job losses. We're going to experience loss in our own immediate families or friends or in the community. And then there's a potential that we may, or somebody we know, unfortunately might become ill. And then it's also evident that all of us will eventually die. So it's appreciating that all these things will happen, but paying attention to the day, to the daily events, and valuing them more. And then also thinking about materialistic things. Those are fleeting. Is it something that's really necessary in your life? The cravings that you have, because those things will pass. And it's about reevaluating. If you're not happy in your life right now, what else can you reduce that is fleeting? Because the internal peace, when you have it, it's something that can never be taken away. While materialistic things, they come and go. So it's picking out, for instance, if you want to start a business, can you invest in learning how to start a business rather than buying the next expensive thing that's not needed? And thinking about, once you invest in that business, what value will it add not only to yourself but to other people? Okay, so everything that you do in life is thinking about, when I spend, how much value is it going to be for other people? It's something that will last, and it's something that will impact, and that will leave like a footprint. Yeah, so in that way is that when you experience loss, it's not going to impact you so much. The fleeting things, we may think, oh yes, I need those. But actually, you may realize when you practice this that you actually don't need them, because they will come and go. What makes you or gives you that stronghold is learning how to balance the internal, so that when you balance it on a daily basis, you learn that the pain becomes less and less and less. And then you also become very connected to other people who are like-minded in that sense, who are going through that similar journey with you. And if there are people who are not going through the similar journey with you, it's about looking at, when events happen in your life or when you're impacted to no fault of your own, other people will notice the changes that you have made internally, and they will value you for that strength that you have developed as well. So that will radiate in terms of how you have developed and how your outlook becomes. And that can also be a very, very valuable thing that you can share with somebody else and impact the world in a much more positive way. So imagine there's only one of you who is managing this internal piece, and imagine if that multiplied over and over again, and millions of people were able to connect in that way. The likelihood is that any experiences we go through life, they would start to decrease, and we would all be comfortable, hopefully, in our own skin. But it's not to say we stop being human beings. It's more about how we learn to value the life that we have now, how we learn to become minimalist, and realizing that the materialistic things, they do not last. Okay, it's valuing things that will add value to other people. Yes, you need a bed. Yes, you need furniture. It's not saying you don't need those stuff, but it's the things that we crave and yearn for. And when they break or when we lose them, even relationships, we are so heartbroken. But things come and things go. Things will impact us, but it's about finding that center every day to build your strength so that you have energy to continue being in the position to be able to help others as well. So I'm going to end off here, and I hope this video has been of help. And if it has, do feel free to comment, share, like. I know it's not an easy topic, but your comments will be really valued. Bye for now from me.